What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and in the last Dynasty video, we took on Ball State to finish the regular season with a win over the Cardinals, 27-3. It was an easy win for us, no real issues there, and we have finished the regular season 8-4, which I am very pleased with, especially with the way things were looking in the middle of the season. We just weren't playing all that well. But we finished the season really strong, but we got one more game left, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to play our bowl game. Now, what you see in front of you is the team schedule, the tail end of it. I have already simmed the bye week, and we're going to look at the championship week here in a minute, but I want to first quickly talk about what I want to do with the dynasties going forward. In my last community post, I asked for feedback on how to make my dynasty videos better, and the big theme that I saw up until this point was a more immersive experience with the dynasty. And what that means is they want me to cover anything and everything. Let's look at all the bowl rankings, the top 25 polls every week, the Heisman Watch, the awards, the bowl projections every week. Pretty much everybody wants to know what's going on throughout the season with the other teams and not just us. I'm perfectly fine with that. Now, that's going to make my videos longer, but that's okay. It's for those who are interested, But what I can do is provide timestamps for each of these videos to the 4 or 5 main parts of the video: pre-game, game start, halftime, post-game, things like that. So make sure you notice the timestamps below with this video, which is what we're going to start with today. This video is going to have just a lot more content. Now, we're at the end of the season, so there's going to be more to cover anyways, but let's go ahead and get back to play week, and let's talk about this championship week. This is what's coming up. Now, we're going to sim all of this, but we can look at the games for this week. Northern Illinois and Bowling Green in the MAC championship game. Then you got the SEC title game, Florida and LSU. LSU's number 4 in the country. We upset them. They'd probably be number 1 in the country if we hadn't beat them. Then you got Kansas and Oklahoma. Good for Kansas winning their division. That's the Big 12 title game. Then you got Florida State and Georgia Tech in the ACC title game. Georgia Tech, number 2 in the country. That's an important game for them. Then you got the Conference USA Championship, which we are hoping to be a part of sooner rather than later. But it's obvious Houston is having a great season at 10-1. They are taking on UAB. So let's go ahead and just walk through some things. Let's go to in-season recruiting. We are done with this. We picked up our 2 commitments on Larry Holden and Peter Hollis. The next video, we're going to go through all the off-season stuff. Go to Sports Illustrated. Let's look at the bowl rankings before we sim the championship week and find out who's going to play where. Oklahoma, Georgia Tech, LSU, Iowa. Those are the ones who are kind of vying for this thing. You see Oklahoma, the number 1 in the country. 10-1, they just win the day and they are in. Georgia Tech should be the same thing. You look at the poll average, that's kind of what they go by. I think as long as Georgia Tech and Oklahoma win their games today, they should be playing in the national title game. But if that doesn't happen, LSU still has a chance. Iowa, I think, has a chance, although they got 2 losses and they are in the Big Ten. They don't have a Big Ten championship game back in 2005. Then you see Tennessee, Louisville, Miami. The rest of those guys or teams do not have a chance. You go to the top 25 polls, what we can do at least look at the top 10, or I can go just through the top 25, which is fine. Oklahoma, Georgia Tech, Iowa, LSU, Louisville, and Tennessee. It's going to look very similar to what we saw in the bowl rankings. Then you got TCU, Miami, Purdue, Kansas, Georgia, and Florida. Then you look here, you got USC, there's Houston, Washington State, Texas A&M, Virginia Tech, and Texas. Then you have Ohio State, Virginia, Alabama, Colorado, UCLA, Florida State, and then there is Auburn. And as you can tell, the result, everybody had a bye week because week 15 hardly anybody plays anybody. Now, you got coaches poll, you can do the media poll, but they're kind of the same thing. Now, let's go over to Heisman Watch and see where this is at. And we're going to find out here shortly who won this thing. Reggie Bush seems to be the prime leader. He's put up some serious numbers. Then you have Greg Lee, a wide receiver. Good for him. 19 total touchdowns. That's impressive. Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush's teammate. 47 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive. Oklahoma, AP, Adrian Peterson's having a really good season. And then you got Texas Tech wide receiver Jared Hicks. So that's pretty normal. I think at the beginning of the season, Reggie Bush, Leinart, and then Peterson were all preseason top 5 Heisman picks anyway. So that doesn't surprise me, to say the least. Now let's go to awards finalists. We can look at just the top few here for each one. The Maxwell Award, BYU quarterback, good for him. Then you look at the Bednarik Award for the top defensive player, Washington State, Texas, and Penn State player. Quarterbacks, BYU, USC, and Texas Tech. That's pretty common. BYU throws the ball a lot, and so does Texas Tech. The Walker Award, look at that, Arkansas State running back putting up crazy numbers. If I'm not mistaken, this is the guy who put up 300 yards on us, so a solid third of his yards came off of us, which is embarrassing, but we could try to work on that a little bit better. A wide receiver, Texas Tech receiver, then there's that Pittsburgh player we saw from earlier, and a Miami of Ohio kid, Martin Nance, is a finalist. Good for him. Tight end, USC, Toledo, Arizona State tight ends, kind of doing their thing. You look at the offensive line, Albert Tulane, I remember him from back in the day. He was a pretty solid offensive tackle for us. He was a transfer. Then you got a LSU, a Whitworth, and Klausner for Alabama. Remington, Alabama, Texas, and Purdue. The Lombardi, Georgia Tech player, defensive end, seems to have a really good season, along with a Cal player, Penn State, linebacker, Washington State. This is the guy I think we just saw earlier. You look at the Thorpe Award. Bowling Green player, good for him. And Western Michigan has a guy on there that's a corner. Good for him. The Groza, your best kickers, Miami, UCLA, and Texas. Punters, Idaho, Florida, Miami. Returner, you got another Alabama player. So Alabama must be having at least a decent season. Pittsburgh and Florida there. You look at the coaches. You got TCU, which is Gary Patterson. Houston, I forgot who was the coach there at the time. Was Art Browse the coach then? I don't remember. And that could be him. That could be somebody else. I don't really know. Oklahoma, that's Bob Stoops. So those are your finalists. And I'll go ahead and tell you. There we are. This is probably the only award we are up for, and that's the Coach Award. The rest of these, I can guarantee you, we are not up for any of them. I could have went through these as such, but that's why I didn't cover them earlier, because we just weren't up for any of these. Again, I can quickly go through these, and I can show you that we weren't even in the top 12 for any of them. But eventually we got into the Coach Award, which I guess you keep winning enough, you're going to get there. But we didn't have one single player all season do a whole lot stats-wise. That's just kind of the way it turned out, which is not a big deal. Let's go to bowl projections. You see here, you can quickly look at some of the matchups. I'm not going to say every single one of them. Now, here we are in the Fort Worth, the game information, which just doesn't say a whole lot because we don't know if we're going to take on Iowa State. It's very possible, though. But they are projecting us to take on Iowa State. It's whoever the number 8 Big 12 team is. And it looks like we are locked up at the number 4 spot in the conference. Then you see some of these other bowl projections. Again, bowl projections aren't a big deal to me because none of them are going to be, or hardly any of them are going to be correct until you actually get to the bowls themselves. But you see some of these other ones. If all goes according to plan with the championship week, this is what's going to happen. Georgia Tech and Oklahoma. But again, who knows what's going to happen. All right, let's go to Players of the Week. I can at least cover the players, the national players. Like the Week 15, there was probably 2 games played that day. And that was a liner, or USC and Hawaii, and it looks like USC probably beat them. Well, no, USC took on UCLA, and then Hawaii took on San Diego State. But anyway, those are your national top players. And then I could always go back and do the conference, but we didn't have anybody play that week, so I don't know if I'll start covering this. I'll figure that out in time. When it comes to conference standings, this was a big one people wanted to know. I can do this every week. It'll get more interesting over time, I guess. The first few weeks, nobody hardly plays each other. But starting with our conference, you look at the East Division, UAB won it, and Houston won theirs. Now, we finished second. That's pretty cool. We're a solid 2 games behind them, technically 3 since they beat us. But to finish second in our division, that's pretty neat. Now, you go to the independents. This isn't technically a conference, but Army seemed to have a really good season. The rest of the teams, not so much. You look at the MAC, you go to the divisions. You got Bowling Green, then you got Northern Illinois winning those divisions. Then you got the Mountain West. TCU looks like they won a 2-game lead over everybody, and they're number 7 in the country. They've only lost 1 game the entire season. The Pac-10, USC, and it was everybody else. Second place, Washington State. Had a solid season at 8-3, but they finished the conference season at 5-3, and it was just kind of bad the rest of the way. Then you look at the SEC East. Here we have Florida, Tennessee and Georgia all tied, but somehow Florida came out on top there. I guess they just won the tiebreakers and such. You look at the SEC West, LSU destroyed that entire division this year. Auburn, Alabama, all these teams finished 4-4 in the conference. Just a pretty boring division, I guess, this season. I mean, sorry. As long as you're not an LSU fan. So sorry about that. Then you got the Sun Belt. Looks like Florida International, Arkansas State, and MTSU all finished first, but technically Florida International won that one. I guess just, again, more tiebreakers. The WAC Conference. Look at this. Boise State, Idaho, and Nevada all finished first, but technically Boise State came out on top via the tiebreakers. Again, I guess. Then you got the ACC. You look at their division, Florida State. Wow, this is really interesting. Florida State, Maryland, NC State, all of them are tied at 5-3, but Florida State won the tiebreakers. Then you got Georgia Tech. They won by a full game over the rest of their division. The Big Ten, Purdue and Iowa finished at the top, but it looks like Purdue is going to win that, I guess. I'm assuming Purdue beat Iowa. Then you got the Big 12, Kansas. And look at that tie. Kansas State, Missouri, Colorado State, all of them finished 5-3, but Kansas State came out on top throughout all that mess. The Big 12 South, not so much. It was all Oklahoma, and the rest of it was just pure averageness with the rest of those teams. Then you got the Big East. Louisville won by a full game over everybody else. Good for them. And that is it for conference standings. I think that is it. I can probably cover something else. Stats, I remember I've done an end of the season review, and I covered a lot of stats in that video. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I'll think about that as I go on. But let's go ahead, hit the play week, and let's simulate the conference championship week. It looks like we will take on North Carolina in the Fort Worth Bowl. So they got the bowl correct, but it looks like we're taking on an ACC team, which I find interesting. They're at 6-5. We can check. Okay, well, here is the Heisman Trophy presentation. Of course, Reggie Bush won that one, and it looks like it was by a landslide. Good for him. And let's go ahead and check out our game really quick. North Carolina 6-5. We got the same amount of talent as they do, which is a good thing. It looks like they throw the ball better than they run it, but they just look like a very average team. They run a pro-style offense and a 4-3 defense, if I'm not mistaken. We play them every year in our Duke Dynasty in that last series. So I have a good idea of kind of what we're going up against there. All right, let's go back to Sports Illustrated and go to the bowl rankings. And there's Oklahoma and Georgia Tech. Looks like they won their games, and that's who is going to be playing in the bowl or in the national championship game. We could check out the bowls here in a little bit. Top 25 polls, again, we can at least look at the top 10 or top 6. Oklahoma, Georgia Tech, both got first place votes. Then you got Iowa, Louisville, Tennessee, TCU, Miami, Florida, Purdue, and then Georgia rounds out your top 10. You can go to the Heisman winner. We already saw this, but this kind of gives you, his full stats. Just good for him. I guess 24 total touchdowns was more than what like Matt Leinart done with his 47. But Reggie Bush wins his Heisman, and hopefully he'll get to keep it. Award winners, we can check out who won these. Looks like Jordan Beck is your Maxwell Award winner from BYU. Then you got Washington State linebacker Scott Davis. Just looking at his stats, 85 tackles, 8 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 5 forced fumbles. Yeah, that's impressive. Then you got quarterback award, goes back to Beck. Arkansas State running back wins the Walker Award. I have a feeling we helped him out in that situation. Wide receiver goes to Texas Tech. Wide receiver, makes sense. Then you got tight end Fred Davis for USC. Pretty good stat line there, 10 touchdowns. That's a lot for a tight end. Offensive lineman Albert Tuena wins that one. Good for him. 3 sacks allowed, but he had a lot of pancakes apparently. The Remington goes to the center out of Alabama. The Lombardi, Georgia Tech defensive end Eric Henderson. Then Washington State best linebacker goes to that kid again, Scott Davis. Bowling Green corner wins the Thorpe Award. And you got Groza. John Petey, I guess that's how you say his last name, from Miami, wins that one. Best punter goes to a kid out of Idaho, true freshman. I guess that's an award you don't want to win. That means you're punting a lot. I don't know. Then you got the return award. It goes to Matt Cadell. I hope I said that correctly. He had a whole lot of purpose yards, too. That's very impressive. But he wins that award. And the coach award goes to the Houston coach. Good for him. They had an amazing season. All right, that is it for the awards. We can check out the All-American list. and the all-conference, all that such. I'm not going to go through every single conference. That seems like a bit much. But here's the All-American list. I doubt we would have anybody on here. I wouldn't think we would. Again, we didn't have anybody that really stood out the entire season. Like, here's your second team, Leinert and whatnot. There's that center who won the center award. Then you got the all-freshman, All-American list. I don't know if we have anybody on there either. I don't know how many freshmen actually played for us this season. And that is it for your All-Americans. But we can check out our conference. Again, I could go through every single one of these for every conference. That just seems a bit much. But we can go to the All-Conference, or our specific one. I'm hoping we would have a few guys on here. Look at all these Houston players. That's incredible. Do we have any first-teamers? Not one single first-teamer on the list. You go to second team, though, there's Javon Jackson. That's pretty good for him splitting carries with Forte. The rest of this, do we have anybody else? A defensive player? Yeah, we got a couple corners. You got Foreman and you got Lucas. So our two starting corners, unless Foreman, if I'm not mistaken, he may be our nickel. Forgive me, I should know this by now. But either way, we got a couple of those guys on there. That is pretty neat. Again, I'm not going to go through the rest of these. That seems just like a bit much. We'd be here forever. Let's go to the bowl games. We'll go here, and here are our bowl matchups. Oh, we can check this. It's not going to show which bowl it is, so we'll go back. New Orleans Bowl with UCF and Florida International, NC State and West Virginia, Champ Sports Bowl. Then you got Miami of Ohio and ECU, and the GMAC Bowl. Poinsettia Bowl, BYU and Kent State. Then you got us with Tulane and North Carolina, the Fort Worth Bowl. Then you got, for the Las Vegas Bowl, UCLA and Wyoming, Hawaii Bowl, Nevada and UAB. The MPC Computers Bowl, Boise State and Virginia. Then you got the Motor City Bowl with Hawaii and Bowling Green. That's usually a MAC championship spot, I think. Then you got the Independence Bowl, South Carolina and A&M. Insight Bowl, Notre Dame and Stanford. The MasterCard Alamo Bowl, Kansas and Ohio State. The Meineke Car Care Bowl, Florida State and Syracuse. That was before Syracuse made it to the ACC. Houston Bowl, Texas and Northern Illinois. I guess Texas fans were upset about that. Then you got the Emerald Bowl, Virginia Tech and New Mexico. Washington State and Colorado in the Holiday Bowl. Then you got Toledo and Army in the Music City Bowl. Then you have the Sun Bowl, Michigan and Washington. The Liberty Bowl, TCU and Houston. The Peach Bowl, Ole Miss and Maryland. Alabama, Penn State, and the Outback Bowl. Now we're starting to see some bigger bowls. Then you go to the Cotton Bowl, Georgia and Missouri. Gator Bowl is Pitt and Miami. Again, that was before Pitt made it to the ACC. The Capital One Bowl, LSU and Michigan State. That tells me that LSU lost their championship game, but we can go back and check that. I forgot to do that. The Sugar Bowl, Purdue and Florida. Fiesta Bowl, Iowa and USC. Tennessee and Louisville in the Orange Bowl. Hopefully Tennessee can get kind of close to that this season. And you got the Rose Bowl, Georgia Tech and Oklahoma. And that is your national championship game. Players of the week, I don't have to really check that. That's from the conference. We already went through the conference standings. Nothing changed there. So when we go back to the play week, we can go back to if I can get to it, the championship week. And these were the scores. Forgive me, I didn't look at this earlier. But Bowling Green over Northern Illinois. Florida did get the win over LSU by 1 point. Oklahoma beats Kansas by 3, and Georgia Tech took care of business over Florida State, and Houston took care of business over UAB. So I think that is it. I think we are ready to take on North Carolina. Before we head back into the video, I just wanted to point out a few things that are on my site. First of all, rosters. My 128 megabyte PlayStation 2 memory card with over 20 name roster files for every NCAA football game. This is the perfect way for you to get a ton of roster files if you still play on the PlayStation 2. I also have my brand new apparel shop. This has been a request from several people for a while with some good ideas. And now I have my logo and my name on a bunch of different cool stuff, from shirts to hoodies, long sleeves and tanks and whatnot. I got 2 designs so far. I got my main logo and I got Playbook Gamer written out in the Letterman font. And last but not least, you head over to my vault. This is my entire file collection that you have complete access to. There are thousands upon thousands of files that you can download, print, and copy, do whatever you want to with them. I got a bunch of things in there. All of my books. I got Dynasty files. Technically, I just got one for now. I got spreadsheets for a lot of game info. Then team playbooks, play images, my entire playbook collection. Dynasty trackers, I even have a franchise tracker, and a call sheet. So make sure you check all this out. A lot of good content. Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas. I'm quite positive this is TCU's stadium. Yes, I don't think I've ever played in this stadium. Like, I'm sure I played against TCU and whatnot, but for this bowl, I don't think I've ever played in this bowl. We're going to have cold weather, but there's no rain, there's no harsh wind, which is a good thing. So this will be pretty neat.
It looks to be a great game filled with heartbreaks and celebrations.
And here come North Carolina, all blue. That really looks good. And here comes the Tulane Green Wave. Hopefully we can get a solid win today. Who they're going to highlight? Their wide receiver. First in the conference. This guy does a little bit of everything for him. Apparently, the offense seems to go through him. I wonder who they're going to pick. Hopefully they can pick us. Let's see what Lee's going to go with. And they're picking the Tar Heels. All right, let's go to the coin toss. We won it. Let's get the ball first. How about that? Just for the sake of it. There's going to be a lot of blue out there today. A lot of teal, baby blue. Let's go to in-game strategy and check out their roster. Now, starting quarterback, pocket passer, that's a good thing. I don't want this kid to play at all today because he can run around, but we're going to blitz this guy some. They have an impact running back, so does this mean they're going to run the ball a lot? I don't want this guy to run ramshot all over us all day, which is very possible, but we got to watch out for him. Fullback at 82, just a blocking fullback. Is this the kid that they were highlighting? I'm pretty sure it was, the Holly kid. My short-term memory's terrible. 87, then he got an 88 overall, 82. This guy's really fast. But all these guys are in the 90s on their speed, and they all got some size to them. Tight end, 78 overall, 70 speed. Can he catch it? 74 catch, so we may see him get a catch or two today. You look at their offensive line, 82, 74, 82, 78, and 84. Not bad. I guess that's not all that great for the conference, though. Again, I think they run a 4-3, 80 and 84 on the ends, 87, that's a pretty good dude. Then he kind of drops off after him at defensive tackle. Look at their linebackers, 82, an impact middle linebacker, and 80 at right outside linebacker. Corners, 80, 76, 72, not a whole lot there. 78 at free safety, just 74 at strong safety. So their secondary isn't all that great. A pretty decent kicker, 86 overall. And a pretty decent punter, 84 overall. All right, I think we're ready to go.
And they're ready to kick this one.
Hopefully you enjoyed all that pregame stuff. Of course, there was a lot to cover since this is the end of the season and whatnot. But I'll continue to work on that. All right, let's see if Charles can do something here. Let's get a block right there. Get a block. Okay, not a bad return. Do I need to make any adjustments here? I think there's one I want to make. Maybe this one. I want to put my halfback in there. We can go ahead and let's go ahead and stick with gun trips over for a while. For the last couple of games, I've been kind of sticking with one. Is that an impact linebacker or a corner over there? Interesting.
Tulane comes to the line with 3 wide.
I've been sticking with one formation for a while until I feel the need to go to another formation. I think my play calling's been a little bit better because of it. So it's 2nd and 1. That's a decent play there. Let's go and do trips attack.
2nd and 1 coming up here.
Looks like they're going back to zone nickel. I'll probably just go to Ricard again on this one.
With 3 wide. He drops back.
Oh, he dropped.
It falls incomplete.
Okay, it's 3rd and 1. Let's go direct. Hopefully we can just pick up the first here. Of course, they go 4-3. Watch them shift it, too. Yeah, this is what worries me. Let's see if we can get a block or two. Just fumble. That's fair. How many fumbles has he had this year? He just got, I mean, I didn't do anything weird. He just ran into him and burnt fumble. And just like that, they got great field position. Let's see if we can overcome that. I'm controlling Mason. We're going to do a zone blitz. Oh, I forgot. They have an impact running back. Please don't run to the left. They're going pass. Oh, good pickup on the blitz. Overshot the deep ball. Let's go nickel man. I don't know what they're going to call it. I mean, like they said, they're supposed to be really good at passing the ball and hardly any good at running, yet they got an impact running back, so I'm confused. So I'm going to go man just because of that running back. Good hit. So that's what, 3rd and something, 3rd and 9. Let's go Cloud.
It's 3rd down and 9 to go. Ball
Let's
from the
go
40-yard line.
here. We can try to go after this guy. 3rd and 9. A lot of dudes on my end. Let's see if I can get to him.
Back to pass.
They went protection with the fullback, and dang it. I just knew that was... If I would have took him over, I probably would have messed it up or something. So just like that, they have an easy touchdown. He had too much time to throw. Nothing I could do about that. Our defensive line didn't step up. So that's an awful start. Had a bad fumble. So we're going to pick a formation next, and we'll go with Forte, see if he can play better. Just not a good start, but let's see if we can overcome it and try to tie this thing up. I'm going to go to, again, Forte will pick something that he is in. Let's see if Charles can get a decent return again. Nope. Let's start with, we'll go with ace normal for a while. Let's see how that goes. They're going zone 4-3. Let's just go to the right. No blocking there whatsoever. We can stay here and try. Tight end streaks. They're going zone. This will go back to Davis. We can go ahead and snap this thing. Let me motion this guy over. That's a holding. It was a bad throw anyway, so now we're in really deep waters. Holding. On somebody. Trina, one of our offensive linemen. Forgive me if I don't know him all that well. 2nd and 17. It's hard to know 70 players. Let's stay in this formation. I'm going to go back to, let's do PA rollout. They're going zone. Let's see if we can attack that safety with Gidros. If they go cover 2. Cover 2. Good play, Gidros. And that's going to be 6 points. Thank the Lord they went cover 2. Great play all around. If they would have went cover 3, I'd have to go down to my tight end. Just a great throw. Boom, and I almost went out of bounds. Very fortunate that I didn't. But we got on the scoreboard, so let's tie this thing up with an extra point. And we'll figure out what to do on defense. Hate that we gave up that bad play from earlier. But I didn't want to take that safety over, or the corner, whichever one it was. I probably would have messed that up myself. Let's give the ball right back to them. They don't have any impact guys on their end, so let's go ahead and snap it or kick it down the middle. It's not going down the middle. I hit the button too late, and guess what? It's going out of bounds. Just kicking on Heisman, it's tough. It's so precise. So they're going to get good field position. Let's go 4-3 man. I just don't want that running back to go all over or, you know, destroy us today. Let's do something like this. Yep, going to run it. Good stop. And only took one guy to bring him down, too. I am staying in man. Again, I don't trust them. I think they're going to run it. Do something like this. Another run. First down. Just a gaping hole. Look at this push by everybody. Everybody got to. I mean, I know my sliders are maxed out, but look at this. Everybody got to push. It is what it is. I'm gonna take a chance on the zone blitz. Let's guess that they will pass it. Maybe I can get to the guy better this time. Don't run to the middle to the left. Dang it, halfback direct. Good stop though. So now they're going back to what they're supposed to be doing. Their best players are running back. Go to him. I don't blame them. I'd run the ball a lot too if I had an impact running back. Especially if he didn't fumble like Jackson did earlier. And like he has all season. Let's see what they go with. Play action. Good deal. I think Morris got through on that one. Our leading sack guy. 3rd and 11. Would be amazing if we could get a stop here. We're going to go with Cloud. I'm going to see if I can go after him myself. Now they got that going. I'll control Harrison this time. Baker steps back to pass. Throws it out there. Great play. Thank the Lord he overshot it. I'm surprised the halfback didn't try on that one. So look where they're located. They're on the 46. We're going to go with an all-out block. We may have a blocking situation that could work out for us if they don't come in to protect. Looks like they're not going to. Nobody could get there in time, but that's okay. We're going to fair catch this. Now, I'm going to, let's see. Let's go and give Jackson a chance here. Let's do some eye twins for a little bit. We're going to go man. I'm going to do a toss. Last time we called a toss, it didn't work too well. I have to bounce this and get a block right there. Great block. Great blocking, everybody. Good job by our fullback. It helps that he's got some speed to him. I think he's like 84 speed. So great play there. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to call PA screen. We're going man. So this is going to go to one of the receivers, depending on what these safeties do. Cover 0. Let's go over the top. Let's see if Terranova can make a play. Great catch, Terranova. Big play right there. Now, where are we located? Are we on the 5? I think we got no choice. I think they're going to go goal line on us the rest of the way unless I pick something different. So we're going to go and keep it simple. We're going to go halfback slam, and we're going to stay in this formation the rest of the way. Ace big tight end wide receiver. They're going zone dime, which I'm okay with. We're going to go to the right. Just know where to go. Good defense. We could try a different play. We're on the 6. Let's just stick with this for now. I still think they may come in to go goal line. We're going zone nickel, and everybody and their brothers on that side. Let's try going to the left. Something like this. Get in there. 6 points. Whew. That was a good adjustment. Now we got the lead. So that entire fumble that led into a touchdown, we got through that, which is good. Just good blocking. I'm glad I brought the tight end over. Thankfully, they didn't adjust to that shift. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So let's kick an extra point and get back on defense and continue doing what we're doing. I think their quarterback's going to have some opportunities like he done on that first touchdown. But if we can just kind of corral the halfback, I think we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and kick this thing back. Another bad kick out. It's tough to kick in this game. Sometimes they do well with it, other times not. Something that you just got to work on. You got to practice, but even then, at times you think you've done it correctly, then obviously you didn't. It helps you if you've got a decent kicker too, but that's not the biggest problem. All right, I'm going to go back to man. Do something like this. They're loving this strong normal formation. Hopefully they don't start running to the left. That would worry me a little bit, but there they go. Good tackle. Now he got 4 yards, but he came down on that first hit. We'll stay in cover 2 man.
2nd and 5 coming up here. All on their own 40.
They're going to ace twins for the first time today.
North Carolina comes to the line. Only 1 man in the backfield.
Basic run. Another good stop. He didn't get the first. He got a few yards. 3rd and 1. They're going with that. Let's go cover 1. I'm a little nervous about this. Let's do something like this.
There's a shift by the linebacker.
Fullback dive. Ah, dang it. Went right by me. And they're going to get a big gain out of it. Just like that. That gives them a first down. I am going to go back to man 4-3. I think they're going to run it again.
1st and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Do something like this. Ooh, their impact guy's not out there. At least he wasn't at halfback. Great catch. Great throw. They're moving right down the field on us. I'm going to stay in man. I think they're going to go back to the run here. They're going with a 3 running back setup. There's their guy. That's more like it. But I got our fullback over. Face mask. Now they're just doing whatever they want to against us.
Here's the call from the referee.
I may have to keep that linebacker in that gap again. 5-yarder. So they're about to score. We can try. Let's see what they call here. 4 wide. Let's go quarters. I'm hoping they throw it. They're going ace. Interesting. They're going ace bunch. Run. Just run, run, run. We're getting him down.
The running back
He's gaining just a solid 2 to 3 yards every play. And that's the end of the first quarter. We're up a touchdown, but they're fixing the tie. I'm okay with it. We had the one bad turnover that led to a touchdown, but we still got a lead somehow.
our score.
Let's go all-out blitz.
Carolina, 7.
They're going 4 wide, but we're going to go nickel on this. I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to spread them out because I got 2 linebackers blitzing. Maybe that'll help. Going with a toss. Great play. They went with that wide receiver reverse play that's just not very good. So it's 3rd and 11. How about that? I'm going to go cloud. They don't have a whole lot of field to work with, so I kind of like our chances using that. But then they're doing that. Interesting. Intercepted. Oh my gosh, that should have been picked off. But great stop. We're going to force the field goal. So kudos to our defense for making a big stop there. I assume their kicker will have no trouble making this.
This one should be makeable. The kick is up.
Ooh, yeah, ended up being a good kick. So let's get back on offense and keep doing what we're doing. As long as we don't turn the ball over, we're kind of okay. I need to run a... We haven't done any screens yet. We can probably go to gun trips. I'll think of something. I'm going to take a knee on that one. Yeah, that's too far back. We're in the middle of the field. Let's try to do... Let's do gun bunch for a while. See how that goes. And they're going man. Not a big fan of any of this. Let's try. I think I'm just going to run with it with the quarterback.
And now he's going to run. Big opening.
Not a bad play. Going to pick up 8 yards. We can stay here and... let's do off tackle. Let's flip it.
2nd and 2 coming up here.
Just in case we got to be on a hash mark. Not a big fan of that shift. Get a block though for somebody. Get the first. Good deal. Now this formation doesn't have a whole lot, but we can try. This ain't gonna. If I flip it, I think it switched up the receivers, and I think it did. Now we got Brown, who's not very fast. But let's go ahead and just call it. You want to get a decent gain out of it. I'm just going to keep it. Just don't fumble it. Not a bad play. We're on the right hash. 2nd and 2. Let's do speed option out of it.
It's 2nd down and 2 to go.
I don't know what to think about that shift. I'm going to go right. Watch out for that defensive end. And I can't get around my halfback. Let's just get out of bounds for a first. I'm going to get out of this formation. That's about all I really like out of that. Now, that's a formation I haven't really worked with a whole lot, just in terms of updating plays and such. So let's do gun trips. We haven't called this formation yet. Let's see if I can get through here. Just another bad throw. We can try P.A. Reed. Man dime. As long as they don't shift hard to the left, I'm going to run this thing. I am going to do something like this. I don't know if this will work. Just left tackle got destroyed on that play. So it's 3rd and 12. I'm going to go back to deep cross-up. This is where we normally can use this. Now they're going zone. Let's see if we can go to Davis for a first down. High snap. Dang it. That did not help. Terrible throw. Ah, dang it. Just an awful throw. I got to punt it. That was a wasted opportunity. Ricard just butchered that entire drive. He just did not make any good throws. I don't know why, but we got to move on from it. Let's go ahead and punt this thing. Get that kind of in the corner. Fair catch. We'll get back on defense. Let's go back to man. We'll do something like this. Don't run to the right. I fully expect a run here. Our next drive, we're going to try to run the ball a little bit more. It just depends on what that clock does, though. Good tackle, Al. He still gets his yards, though. I mean, he's just getting about 4 or 5 at a time. We got to get him in a 3rd down situation. Still plenty of time left in the quarter. Now they're going man here. get an open field tackle. So now it's 3rd and short. 3rd and 3. Oh, gosh. I don't know what to call. Let's go quarters. Again, they maybe just run the ball. I didn't. Let's do something like this. Good job, Al. What a play. Thank the Lord he didn't pitch it. Wow, that was huge. So we're going to get the ball right back. So both teams, their defenses are kind of stepping it up so far. Now, I know it's 40-14-10, but this quarter has been very defensive-oriented. So we're going to get the ball back. I'm going to try to prioritize some basic running. Hopefully we can get something going out of that. That's a punt and a half. I'm going to try to get up the field as best I can without getting hit. Let's go to another formation we haven't used a whole lot. Let's go back to ace big tight end wide receiver. And let's run the ball some. They're going zone nickel. That's just bad shifting all around. I wonder. I bet that linebacker will come over, won't he? Oh, he didn't. Let's go ahead and snap it. Good run there by Jackson. We're still in the middle of the field. 2nd and 2. Let's go. Let's do a toss. Back to zone they go. I think we'll probably go to the right. Just try to get up the field, get the first down. Good play there. Next up, I want to try a play action. I know the clock's kind of going, but they're going zone. They go cover 2. We're going to go to Davis. Cover 2. Good throw and a good catch. Okay, it is 1st and 10. Do I need to keep going with this formation, or do I? Let me go to something. Let's go gun normal for the rest of the way. Let's go halfback screen. This is technically our first screen of the day. We're going to bounce this over to Forte. Good catch. Look at that play. Get a first down off that screen. We're going to stay here. What can we call from here? We can go wide receiver post. We got a little stick concept on the right, and that's who we're going to go to, either Hoover or Forte. The clock is stopped, so I don't have to worry about that. Ooh, great play. Get out of bounds. Oh, I don't think we got out of bounds, did we? Yes, we did. It's 2nd and 3. We can stay here. We can call something else. Let's go corners. Back to zone they go. Then after this, we'll go to the run. Let's go either Gidros. Ah, dang it, bad play. 3rd and 5, we lost yardage. Halfback out. Going zone nickel. Last time we called this play, it was a bad throw to Forte. We're going to have to go back to him. Didn't get out. Dang it. Just didn't work. So we are going to kick a field goal. I think it's just, yeah, let's just get our points. Hopefully I can make this. I'm not super confident in making this, but we're kind of close. But so as long as I can point in the right direction, something about like this, I think we're going to be okay. Let's go ahead and get that through. Good deal. That was a very good kick. So I wanted a touchdown, but we didn't get it, but we got some points. So less than a minute, can we survive this until we get to the half? Now they get the ball started in the 3rd quarter. I'm going to try to kick it down the middle. Finally, we got a decent kickoff. Hopefully he doesn't have an easy return. He's going to return it. So they got, what? Quite a few yards to get down the field. Let's try. I'm going to do quarters. I was going to blitz, but let's just see how they handle this. I think they're going to try to get down the field and score. Nope, they go with a fullback dive of all things. So look at that. They're going to get a first down. That makes no sense. So they call their timeouts. They're going 3 wide. I'm going to do a zone blitz here. We're going to take a real chance. I know they're going to throw it. Let's see if I can get after this guy. They picked up the blitz way too easily. And I hit him, but this ain't good. This ain't good. Told you it ain't good. I told you. Oh, well. So now they're just destined to score here. Let's go all out blitz. I think they're going to run it. We'll bring everybody down.
When performance matters the most. He's going right.
Good defense. They passed on that one. I'm still going to go all out blitz again. We'll go with Thunder Green. I want this guy to make a quick decision. Do something like this. I'm just controlling a defensive lineman so I can kind of get out of the way of the situation. I don't want to hurt ourselves. So that's a good stop. And they're going to call something really goofy here. Interesting. Watch them call something really goofy. Hopefully we can get a stop. And a sack, but I think it's a face mask. Oh, they didn't call it. I am not going to call a timeout. There's no point. They are just going to kick a field goal, which is fine. And they will probably get it, and we'll go up 4 at half. Which, hey, we got them out of the end zone. That's all that matters, I guess. This should be a chip shot for him, but they're going to call a timeout. Ice your own kicker. That's smart. Of course, there's no ice in the kicker in this game. Now let's do safe man again. I don't want them to fake it. There's going to be some time left on the clock. It's only 4 seconds. We kick it lucky, and he just whips it. Nope, end up being a good one. So there's 2 seconds left. Pretty entertaining game so far. We're up 4, but they do get the ball started the third. Now let's see what happens here. Depending on where this ball is located, I am going to let that one go for the sole purpose of trying deep cross up again, which hasn't worked at all today. Let's try it one more time. And they're going man. I'm going to call a timeout. I'm going to keep calling timeouts until this works. Until they call zone. How about that? There we go. They're going zone. So we're going to try this again. Last time we called it, we had a high snap too. And that guy's blitzing. It ain't going to work. Yeah. I had too much pressure coming off this side. That impact linebacker was coming through. I had no chance of getting that ball off. So I'm just like, forget it. Let's just go to half. All right. First half is over. 17-13. We go to stats and scores. Let's see. 272 to their 170, but they're keeping us out of the end zone as much as we are. We're pretty balanced. Rushing and throwing is 12 and 12. Our passing is getting a lot more yards out of the situation, though. We've got a couple sacks on them. Our third down is terrible. Let's see. We got the one bad turnover. We're very fortunate we're up 4 points with the turnover. The rest of that doesn't say a whole lot to me. Let's go to individual stats. Ricard, 9 of 12 for a touchdown. He's had some bad throws. I know that's a good percentage, but when he makes a bad throw, it's really a bad throw. Running the ball, Jackson. Let's go over here. Jackson is leading on that. Forte only has 2 attempts. That's my fault. I need to give him the ball more. Of course, on both attempts, he hasn't done squat. But the other averages look pretty decent. Receiving, Forte is leading on that front. That's kind of towards the end of the first half. That's the reason why he's got the receptions. But in terms of the yardage, it's Gidros who's leading that. And he's got the 1 touchdown. Of course, that was the one big play for 89 yards. Defensively, Spencer leading in tackles. Tackles for loss, Morris has a couple. Spencer, then Mason. We got a couple sacks, and Morris and Mason. And we don't have any interceptions. So let's get back into the game. They do get the ball back.
Tulane will be kicking off.
Our defense is playing really well. Let's keep it up. A much better kick. This may be a touchback. I can't kick it any better than that, according to that meter. And he will take a knee. I'm going to go back to playing more man. Just make sure that running back doesn't do anything crazy on us. I thought we'd done a great job of that in the first half. I'm going to leave my linebackers as is. I don't want them running to the left and getting an easy gain. Now watch them run hard to the right. I just went right by that guy. That was smart. But they got, what, 4 yards out of that? Maybe 5? An easy 5. He's always getting his 3 to 5 yards every down. But he's not breaking them yet. So they're going back to this formation. They'll probably go back to the run. Somebody needs to get through the line. Something, anything. Broke a tackle, gets a first down. I'm staying in man. I feel like I got no choice. Here, I'm willing to do something like this.
Line up in an I formation.
Now watch him run to the right. Hard left. Dang it. Ow.
He might have a chance.
And that's 6 points.
At the 40.
That's just awful on my part. That's just my fault. Just a bad angle. Well, it wasn't a bad angle. I can't make a tackle. I'm just not the best in the open field. I probably need to control a defensive lineman instead in that situation, especially if we keep getting pushed back like we have. You go back and look at it. Just another great push. Look at this entire line. Everybody got a push. Again, that's my sliders doing that, but I can't go back and revert those. People will get upset with me if I did. I got to keep it as is. So now they got the lead. Just a bad start. Again, first quarter, bad start. Third quarter, bad start. We'll get the ball back on offense and try to get the lead back.
Over 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And the score, North Carolina 20, Tulane 17.
Yeah, I think I may control a defensive lineman in these situations. And maybe I can do a better job than CPU keeps getting pushed around. And at least I can't blame myself for making a bad tackle on the back end. Just no blocking. Nobody blocked. Let's try. What haven't we called? Twins. We haven't done a lot of two-back slot. Let's throw the ball. They're going man. I'm going to go to Davis if they go cover 0. Please go cover 0. I'm going to bring this guy down. Cover 0. Get it, Davis. It's all you, son. And he catches it. Thank the Lord. I thought he was going to drop it. Woo! Cover 0, baby. So the deep ball is working for us. We can keep going after it. I thought he bobbled it. It's not going to show it here. This is going to be a bad angle, I think. He kind of bobbled it. But thankfully, his wherewithal came through, and he ended up actually catching it. And we got a touchdown. So now we got the lead. So it's been a pretty entertaining third quarter already. 1 minute to the game, and 2 touchdowns have occurred.
And he tacks on the extra point. So with less than 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
We'll go back on defense, try to play better. I really goofed up on that last play.
Tulane is ready to kick it away. Mitchell and Pollock.
Do something like this. A pretty decent kick, a whole lot better than what we saw in the first half, but he will return it.
Mitchell fields it in the end zone.
Good stop.
That last drive resulted in a touchdown.
From here, they're going 4 wide. I'm going to go nickel, man. Again, I think they're going to just run.
Losing, but you
Let's
really
control
blame it on the run
a defensive tackle.
No, the ground game isn't the problem. This back has had the kind
Let's see if I can make some type of impact without hurting my team.
During the first half. I know they're losing, but I'd still
I can't make a... Wow, there he goes. I could not get a... You saw me right here at this spot. I got pushed like it was nobody's bit, and I couldn't get around the guy. I tried to hit L1, R1. Just nothing happened. Just complete domination. Let's try that again. Let's go back to 4-3, cover 2.
come from behind win because of the running game.
I may have to push myself. Technically, it lets you do that.
3 wideouts here.
I could try that here. See, I got pushed again, like easily.
Jed's a tackler. And he's
Here he goes. Again, you see me right there, I just get pushed, and I got thrown down again. Is my timing off? Is it the sliders? I don't know. I'm going to go back to nickel man. They'll keep running it.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on
We
their
can try a
own
different
40.
move.
North Carolina lines up in a bunch formation.
At least I got off the guy, but not technically.
2.
Gains a couple yards there. Thinking I would love to blitz, but man, I feel like we got to try to contain the run.
Ball on their own
So we'll stick with this. Well, let's spread out this time.
The Tar Heels line up with 3 wide. Play action. Wants to
Intercept
throw
that.
outside.
Oh, you got to be kidding. He caught that.
And he
That was going to be an interception. Go back and look at that. That was going to be picked off. It bounced off his hands, and the impact guy caught it. Wow. Just like that, they're on the move some more.
It's 1st and 10. This is the 5th play of this drive.
We can try something like this. Let's try a defensive end.
Back to pass.
And I can't get around the guy. Like, I'm just stuck.
To the outside.
And another catch, and a face mask, and our defense is falling apart. It just don't matter what we call. They just make the plays. I can't get any push whatsoever on the defensive line by myself. Like, not once yet.
Well, the offense
Let's... Now, keep watching. I'm controlling a defensive lineman, just any of them, and they are just moving me around like it's just, like it's nothing. There we go. I got through, but it didn't matter. He's still going to get his first down. All right, they're going too wide. Let's just do something like this. We'll go all out blitz again. So it looks like nobody wants to play defense today. I had to pick a side. It didn't matter. He's still breaking tackles. They're going goal line. Let's do a dog blitz. That's fine. We'll do something like this. Get him. Somebody get him. Huge play. Now, they went toss. That helped a little. So it's what? Third? I'm going to do another blitz. I think if I was them, I would just run the ball. Do something like this. Toss play. Get a stop. Somebody get it. Somebody get him. There you go. How about that? Stopped him again. Wow, keeping him out of the end zone. That's how many stops we've had down there. They probably would have had 30 points by now. But we've kept him out of the end zone. I'm glad I stuck with it. I was the one who made the tackle. As long as they continue to run the ball, I'll continue to control the defensive lineman just to not hurt my team. So we still have the lead. Let's get the ball back and try to do something with it. Hopefully you can get a touchdown of some sort. The passing game is really killing it at the moment, so let's just stick with that. I think that's a good idea. From what we saw earlier, their secondary is just not the best in the world, so maybe we just need to attack it more. Let's do that again. Let's try this with, again, this play has not worked all day. This one may work. Good throw. Good catch by Davis. And he broke the single-season receiving record. Good for him. Now, that's all I'll do for that situation. I think we're going to go back, and we'll call a different formation. Let's go P.E. Reed. From gun trips over, we'll stay in this formation for a while. Well, we'll definitely throw this one. I don't like anything up front. Get a first down with Davis. Keep going to him. That's what they're giving us. Good pass. Let's go and do a screen if I can find it. Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Let's do double screens. We haven't got to call this today. They're going man. So this will be interesting. Hopefully I can just bounce this over to Davis for an easy pitch and catch. Can I get a good play? Pick up about 9 yards there. 2nd and 1. I don't want to go deep. Let's try halfback streak. We're going zone. I will go, I'm hoping to Gidros. We can try another rollout. I'm not feeling a whole lot of heat. Oh, not a good throw. But we got the catch. Great play. That was iffy to say the least. So we're on the 5. Let's go with a screen. They're going man. I'm going to throw it to the screen regardless. We may not get anything out of it. Yeah. Good defense. I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of that one. 2nd and goal from the 8. Let's go halfback dive. Zone 4-3. This should be interesting. Oh, man, get through, get through. Great play by Jackson. And we got a player hurt. So let me tell you something right here. We got a player hurt. Have you noticed we haven't had anybody injured this year? Like, we haven't had anybody. I went back and looked. I thought it was just really weird. I'm like, why didn't we have a single player injured? Well, it turns out, for some reason, I don't know why I'd done this. I don't know if it's something for a tutorial video I'd done. I had injuries turned off. I went back and looked at other teams. I went through every single team in our conference. Not one single injury. I'm like, what in the world's going on? And that was that. That's the problem. I had injuries turned off. Well, now we got them on, and now we got a player hurt. Just weird. I don't know why I turned it off. I didn't mean to. I always want to have injuries turned on. So that's why you didn't see anybody get hurt this year. All right, 3rd and goal. We need to get a touchdown. Let's go slam. We'll just stay here the rest of the way. Zone 4-3. That's a tough shift. Let's do something about that. Let's bring this guy over. That linebacker should go over. Nice, 6 points. Thankfully, he didn't blitz. And just like that, we got a 7-point lead. Again, let's get an extra point to go up 8. So it's pretty obvious when we got a lot of field to work with, we need to attack their secondary. Our passing game is really clicking at the moment. Guys are getting open. They're making plays. As long as Ricard can make the throw. So let's just keep doing that until we get to the point where we kind of need to run clock or something towards the end. But we will deal with that a little bit later. We still got a full quarter left. This should be a decent kick. He will return it, though. But at least it didn't out of bounds with an easy or a good gain. Somebody get a stop. That could have been dicey. I am going to go back to man. Again, I think they're just going to run. I'll continue to control a defensive lineman. Do something like this.
The Tar Heels line up with 3 wide.
I went the wrong way. Still didn't go anywhere, though. That's a good stop.
Gets 2 on the carry.
And that's the end of the third quarter. That was a good quarter for us. We got an 8-point lead. I'm going to go back to cover 2 man. And Derek Rogers is out for the game. We need to figure out who that is. I'm sorry, I don't know my own players. Right tackle is out for the game. So let's go to depth chart and see what we're dealing with. Left tackle, right tackle, it's just all kinds of bad. It is what it is. We don't have any depth whatsoever. So who needs to be our right tackle here? We got an awareness. These guys look exactly the same. Run blocking. Looks like he's the better tackle. Just a little bit better on the pass block and a little bit better on the run block. So we're going to have Tom Daniel step in for Rogers for the rest of the way. Hopefully that won't hurt us too much. 2nd and 8. Let's see what happens here. Center got me covered. I can't get around or anything, and now they got a first down. Huge gain, just a humongous gain. Now you see why I don't go man all the time when they pass it. Because if you can find a good man beater, you're basically screwed. 1st and 10. Again, I think they're going to run it. That's why I'm sticking with it. Just like that, they're already down the field. I still can't get around this guy. Another crossing route. They keep passing on me. I'm going to go back to man. I think they will run it here. Back to Ace Twins.
North Carolina goes with the ace set here.
I got pushed badly. Fumble. Somebody get it. Huge play. Huge play. How does it feel to get a fumble? Oh, my gosh. That was huge. Go back and look at this. Who made the play? Was it Mason or Cannon or impact linebacker? It's an impact guy on impact guy. Something had to happen here. No, it was Spencer with the play. Huge play. Oh, my gosh. That's a good thumbnail image right there, I think. Oh, my gosh. Let's take advantage of it. We are on the right hash. I don't want to get too risky. Let's go with tight end streaks, though. They're going zone. Let's keep going to our best player. In Davis, I don't know how many catches he's had so far, but it's quite a few. Feels like it has. Ooh, that's a drop. Good defensive play, I guess. 2nd and 10. Let's do a toss with Forte. Man 4-3. We're going to bring this guy over, do more motion. Ah, dang it. Didn't work. Good defense there, so it's what, 3rd and 6? Let's go tight end cross. They're going zone, so we'll probably go to Davis over the middle. Unless they call something crazy. I'm not worried about the clock. It's still, game's too tight for that. Not a good throw. He overshot it. And just like that, wasted opportunity. Just did not execute. So let's go back and we'll punt it. Ricard, just a very bad throw.
Tulane lining up the punt. Number
It's a good punt, but he's got plenty of room to run. I'm going to stay back here just in case. Might get a stop and touchdown. I swear, people. I don't know what you want me to do with that. It just I mean, what happened here? Nobody decided to make a tackle. It just nothing. Boom. He just, nope, I don't think I'm going to do anything. I'm just letting you run right on by. Just awful.
He turned it up a notch there.
No question. He had the Jets.
And they're going with
Everybody else was still shifting gears.
a 2-point conversion, which is smart. They're down 2. I was told to shift everybody over to the strong side, so that's what I'm doing. Don't run to the left. And they went to the right. Awesome.
Well, they had to go for 2, but they couldn't punch it in.
So now, I don't know, what do we call going forward? Let's, we got to start thinking about clock. Again, I still want to score. I want to run the ball. I want to throw it. I want to do lots of things, but we need to execute on top of that. Let's go. Let's go with Jackson for a while. We'll stick with I-Twins and see what we can do with it. Man 4-3. Basic slam. I'm going to go to the right. Nobody blocked. Good job, everybody. We're in the middle of the field. Oh, gosh. Should I take a chance? Let's try it. Let's go deep cross up. Let's see if we can go back to Davis. Have we made one conversion of this? I think we got one. It wasn't even all that good of a throw. So we're like, what, 1 for 4 on this play? We're going to let this clock roll some until we try to make a play on the right side. Get it down to a couple seconds. If we can make a play here, that'd be huge for us. We can sustain the drive. Snap it. Not feeling any heat. That was almost too hard. Very fortunate that wasn't tipped. Big play right there. So let's stay here, and let's go halfback dive. And they're going 4-3, of course they are, against a 4-wide set. We're going to let that clock run some more. I wish we could run the ball to get our first downs, but our right tackle is out. Our offensive line has been iffy all season, and unfortunately, 4 out of the 5 are going to be gone after this game. That's a huge priority for us in recruiting. Nothing going there. Got a couple of yards.
Maybe 3 yards on that run.
I'm going to get out of this formation. We're going to go back here. He's kind of gassed. Let's go back to Forte. Let's do a toss with Forte. Zone 4-3. I probably need to run to the right, left, don't I? I'm not a big fan of that shift. Everybody's spread out on this one. Let's go back to the original play. Did anybody shift? Not really. We'll do something like this. Just perfect defense. Just nobody blocked. Now they got a player hurt. But we got to convert this. We can't be concerned. I know we're up 2. It's 3rd and 8. I got to go back. Tight end cross, please go zone. Thank you. I feel like we got a better chance to get the first down if we go zone. We're going to try to go back to Davis. I'm going to let that clock roll some more. Hopefully we don't throw an interception. Hopefully we make a catch. And maybe we can seal this thing. Last time they went cover 3, that was a good defense to call against this. But it still wasn't that good of a throw either. Cover 3 again. Bad throw. Bad throw again, Ricard. Dang it. Come on, buddy. You're an impact quarterback. It's just so weird. He's had a bad day. We haven't had any interceptions, but just some throws have been so bad for him. We got no choice but to kick it. Got no choice but to do this. So they got 80 yards, a minute and a half to go. So what we're going to, I'm going to do quarters. I was going to blitz, but I'm not going to. We'll do something like this. I think they're going to throw the rest of the way, you would think. And here they come. I swear. Maybe they'll call some stupid stuff right here. Let's see what they go with. Unfortunately, they're going to go to that guy. That's what worries me. And there he goes. No, no, no. Don't do that to me. They're going to keep doing the same thing. Here it comes. We got to stay in quarters. I think they'll go back to passing here. So Ricard is our MVP. Didn't feel like it, though. I know he had some big drop or deep ball stuff, but some other ones were just really bad.
Looks. He's going left.
Just, wow. Our defense is playing just awful for whatever reason at the moment.
Sure was.
They're going to hurry up and do something goofy here.
We're looking at a first down.
I'm going to do a zone blitz. I think they're going to...
It's 1st and 10. Ball
I got to throw something a little weird at him. Maybe we can go after this guy.
They line up in an eye.
And they picked up the blitz easily.
Looking.
Intercept that somebody. Or don't. Wow. Just terrible. And just like that, it's going to be on us.
These guys have been able to hook up.
Just an awful... I don't know what happened there. Nothing went right on that drive. Like, it was just too easy for him.
And they're looking to get 2 points.
We'll try this again.
Baker, back to pass. He's been
And it was just wide open, yeah.
So with less than a minute to go in
So now, if we can get a touchdown, that'd be great. There's a minute to go.
Tulane, 31.
The problem is, I don't trust Ricard on some of these middle-of-the-field zone stuff. He's been awful at it today.
Kicks it deep.
I'm going to let that one go,
And it goes in.
because we're going to be in the middle of the field.
Touchback. The defense did a good job
We can try a deep cross-up again.
forcing the punt.
We're going zone. Let's see if we can convert it again. Oh, that shift is awful.
The wave set up in the gun. Drops back to pass.
At least I'm not feeling a whole lot of heat.
Wants to throw outside.
Huge play. Huge play. I didn't get out of bounds. I probably should have.
I think we're about to see a school record get shredded here, fellas.
We're on the 47.
Set a new school record for passing
We're going to go here. I'm going to go slot cross. We're going zone, but they got those 2 impact guys on that side.
Kid is dialed in.
And I didn't call the timeout. Dang it. Let's just go. Like they know what I'm calling here.
Back to pass.
But I'm not feeling a whole lot of heat.
Looking. He's going left. He gets another.
Huge play. Call a timeout.
He's
Call a timeout. All right.
17. Tulane.
We're on the 17-yard line. 34 seconds to go. Let's keep... I'm going to go gun normal. We're going to go tight end dig. I'm trying to think of safe throws.
From within the red zone, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone.
They're double teaming him.
Offense matters the most.
I can't do that.
Better be careful. The quarterback
We'll
is
go
in
over
the zone
here.
and really feeling it out there.
Do something like that.
Have a look, guys. We got a new school
Ricard
record for
has got
passing
459 yards today. Again, yes, he's putting up good numbers, but man, he's made some really bad throws in spots. But that's okay. Looks like he may win it for us here. Let's see. Let's go slam. We're going zone. We got to get the touchdown, obviously.
Tulane.
We'll go to this way. Dang it. Dang it. Touchdown. We got in there. And he got the rushing record, or the most touchdowns in a single season. I'm surprised we stayed in. So here's the problem. Look at the clock. There's 25 seconds left. Let's kick an extra point. Hopefully I can make this. And it's up to our defense to make a stop at the end. Hopefully we can do that. Got to do better than the last drive, of course. Right down the middle.
And he hits the PAT. So we're down to just a few seconds.
Okay.
remaining here.
Wild game. Crazy game. 38-37.
North Carolina, 37. Number 45.
I'm going to kick it like normal. Should be a strong kick.
Booming kick.
And he may take a knee. End up being a perfect situation. Good deal. So they got to go 80 yards in 24 seconds. But they can also get down the field close enough to kick a field goal, too. So let's go quarters. I am...
They line up in the shotgun.
I'm going to try to go after the quarterback. Let's see if this will help.
Here on first down.
Oh, Sam, yes! Big play by Harrison. I couldn't get to him, but the other guy did. Harrison got off the edge. And they called a timeout. I'm going to stay in quarters.
Second down and
We're going to go after him again.
on the 16-yard line.
Here in a minute, they're going to go Hail Mary plays. About 2 plays from now.
He drops back. Steps
He's
up.
got all day to throw. Get him, get him, get him.
To the outside.
Oh, no. Oh, dang.
Finally knocked out of bounds.
Huge play right there to their impact guy of all players. Let's go. They still got 15 seconds.
This quarterback has in his receiver.
Can we keep him out of field goal range? That's the key. I'm going to control the linebacker this time.
Drops back to pass. Looking. Steps up in the pocket. Throws.
Huge play! Get down! Get down! Game over! I didn't see what happened. Did somebody get a sack? Did somebody hit him? I think that's what happened there. Let's see if they can show us an instant replay. I'm sure they will. Oh, they're going to show Gooseby getting the interception. Who got to him? Who got to him? Let's go back and look. That's play. That's the game right there. One of the defensive linemen. Somebody came through. Who was it? Somebody done a scrape exchange. Who was that? Somebody came through. What a play. Was it Morris? No, it was this guy. He got hit as soon as you threw it. Ball game. Look at that. Now, it's not over with yet. There's 10 seconds, 2 timeouts. Yes, that is game over. We can go ahead and take a knee. If I can get to it. They don't have enough timeouts to make a difference. So let's go here. Do this. They'll call a timeout. They got 1 left. And we're going to do it again. And we'll do it a 3rd time. Oh my gosh. That was entertaining. I hope you enjoyed this. That was a lot of fun. Nerve-wracking. Oh, wow. What a great bowl game. Incredible. Neither team played well on 3rd down. We'll look at the stat a little bit later. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. Finished the season 9-4 with a crazy bowl win. We came through all that. I don't know how we did, but we did. 38-37. Really cool. Congratulations, Tulane, on the bowl victory. We are winners of the Fort Worth Bowl. I just got the Gatorade bath. That is really cool. That was a lot of fun. That's why you play games like this. Oh, wow. Incredible. So let's go and check out some stats. I don't know what to expect here. I expect Ricard to look really good, even though I got on to him several times throughout the game. Congratulations. You finished number 6 on the greatest game of all time. Pretty cool. All right, let's go stats and scores. Let's see. 471 and 541. Both teams, it was just an offensive showing for both teams. I thought defensively we had some big stops. It's just a very up and down game. Only 82 yards rushing. We done a bad job of trying to do anything with the run game. They done a good job of stopping it. I thought our run defense was a whole lot better than what this shows. I know it says 192 yards, but I thought we done an okay job of containing that impact halfback. When it comes to the passing game, we done a great job, at least by the stats. 19-25, 459 yards. We didn't have any sacks. We got to him 3 times. Neither team done well on 3rd down. That's where we really got hurt. We probably could have won by a couple of touchdowns if we would convert it on any of these, but we didn't. It is what it is. All right. Turnovers. They had 2 turnovers. We had 1. But they also had a punt return for a touchdown that probably mitigated one of those. Let's check out the individual stats. We go here. Ricard, 19-25, 459, 2 touchdowns. Biggest thing, I guess, is no picks. Running the ball. This was bad for us. Just nothing happened. Look at these averages. 5.3 is good. 8 is good. But then it got down to Forte. He just played awful. I mean, on the run. Is that his fault? I don't know. But he just did not do well. And Jackson got his 3 touchdowns. But it just didn't feel like he done a whole lot. Because I thought North Carolina done a good job of shutting down our run game. Receiving, Davis led that and then some. He ended up with 254 yards, 1 touchdown. We was able to get some rollout stuff going with him, and it worked out, especially in the second half. Defensively, Spencer led in tackles. He also had that strip, that fumble. The tackles for loss went to Morris, Sachs, Harrison, and Morris. The 1 interception by Gooseby, the last play of the game. The forced fumble. This was the play of the game right here. Antonio Mason. They gave it to him. I thought Spencer. Oh, that's a recovery. There it is. Yeah, Spencer with a forced fumble. Play of the game right there, in my opinion. Just a wild and crazy game. You look at the box score. Kind of all over the place. We were up by 4.5. We got an extra 4 points in the 3rd. But they gained an extra touchdown back. They almost came back and won that thing. Just wild and crazy, but a whole lot of fun. All right, let's get out of here. We have won the Fort Worth Bowl, and there it is. Do I want to save it? No, I don't. So what we're going to do, I think at the beginning of the next video or off-season video, I'm going to cover the rest of the bowls. We will go through all that. We can look at that towards the end or at the beginning of the next video instead of trying to do it here at the tail end. We'll do some of that. Then I may cover some other things as well. So come on back. We are going to go through our offseason. We're going to bring in some new players. I can't wait for that. That never gets old, and it should be a lot of fun. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.